Welcome. This is Dr. Abirami from the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, SNS College of Engineering. This session we are going to discuss on how to create threads. A thread can be created by instantiating an object of the type thread, that is the thread class. Java defines two ways to create threads. One is by implementing the Runnable interface using java.lang.runnable, and the second means of creating a thread is by extending the thread class itself. This thread class is available under java.lang.thread. So a thread can be created using a thread class or using a runnable interface. And if you are using a thread class, then we will be using extends. And if you are going to create a thread using a runnable interface, we will be using implements. And these two ways of getting with a new thread creation has to do what is called as method overriding on a run method in order to make the thread to run. So a thread is started using the start method and a thread is made to run using the run method, which we had discussed in our previous class discussion on what are the stages or life cycle of a thread is. So method overriding is performed here on the run method in order to make a thread to run. So let us see the various steps used in creating a thread by the Runnable interface. First, we create a class that implements the Runnable interface. Then an object of this class is being created. Using the myThread class name in this particular example, we are implementing the Runnable interface. So as an interface, we are using the word or the keyword implements. And the method run is overridden. As I mentioned, it is overridden here. And this particular run method gets the code which has to be executed by the thread to start with. And we are going to create an object for the thread by passing the runnable object as argument as the thread t equals to new thread of runnable object. Then we invoke the thread using the start method t.start. So remember, as we discussed, we are going to have a start method. We are going to have a method overriding done on run method of the thread. The second way of creating a thread is by using the thread class extended. So we are going to extend the thread class here. The steps that we use here is first create a class, then extend that particular class with the thread class as public class, the class name extends thread. Then we are going to override here the run method, and then that run method contains the code that we are going to have for our thread to execute with. We are going to create an object for this particular subclass. Remember, we are extending the class, so here it is a subclass for which we are going to create the object. So subclass name, the object of the subclass equals to new subclass name of string thread name. Then we are going to invoke the thread using the start method, that is t.start. Let us see a simple program implementing the thread concept in Java. Here we are going to have a class called myThread, and we are going to create a thread using the thread class. So myThread is going to be a subclass of the thread class, and since they are classes, we use the term extends. So public class myThread extends thread. We are going to override the run method, where inside the run method we are having a simple print statement, system.out.println. The message that is going to be printed is thread is running. And in the main, that is public static void main, we are going to call this particular subclass through its object to initiate or start the thread. Now we create an object for the subclass myThread as T, and we are going to start the thread using t.start method. T.start method now starts the thread. The method run is overridden and the output that is printed here is thread is running. That is going to be a simple program where we are going to implement the thread concept in Java. Thank you.